YouTube, ZAMCRO here, aka Scoop, back with the Pokemon Battle Federation Season 7, and we've got round 1 of playoffs here. Well, we've got one match of the playoffs here. We've got the E-Town Escavaliers, coached by Ginger, taking on the Pittsburgh Primarinas, coached by Adam, aka Overgrow Septile. Both coaches finished 4-3. With E-Town having a +3 higher differential than Adam and the Pittsburgh Primarinas. Anyways, so Abra is Adam's leading killer, and Bulby is the MVP of the league and Ginger's leading killer. So very, very interesting matchup here. Ginger decides to bring the Anorith, which he just swapped out. We did not make transactions throughout the season. He made this transaction after the season for the playoffs. All coaches had one transaction before playoffs to make if they wanted to. So he's got the Anorith, the Chimchar, the Alolan Diglett, Volibee, Voltorb, and the Bunnery. Where Adam has the Shellos, Dratini, Morlul, Alolan, Grimer, Abra, and the Cyndaquil, as you can see on screen. Both leading off with their fire types, my Monkey Man and Vesuvius. So yeah, nice little fake out chip damage there. It does almost 40%. That's really, really nice. Let's see what's going to go on here. Yeah, Adam defeated Ginger in like week 4 or something. They played in the regular season where Ginger come up with a loss. I think it was a close loss. And yeah, having a rematch here, so that's really nice. Rematches are tough, like especially if you won the first one. Rematches are always not necessarily hard to build for. I mean, you could build the exact same team if it worked. If you won the first match because of your prep, then yeah, definitely you could run the same thing again. But it could also be like it's a a double-bladed sword, I guess, like double-edged sword. Anyways, this thing takes 2 Fire Blasts pretty comfortably. He's able to get the Fake Out off for some nice chip damage, and Stealth Rocks up, and then the U-turn damage puts the Cyndaquil under half. It doesn't look like he's planning on switching this thing, so I can understand him, or the Cyndaquil. I can understand him staying in on the following turn no matter what comes in. Maybe if the Diglett comes in, or the Voltorb. It might be a Choice Scarf Cyndaquil. Yeah, it could be a Choice Scarf Cyndaquil. He's got the Anorith brought in right here. It's I'm pretty sure it's Bug and Rock type, so this is like a neutral Fire type attack. It's not like resisted or anything like that. He's able to get his rocks up. Wow. Wow. That did a fuck ton. But he is able to get the rock polish up. So let's see if this thing, Cyndaquil with a Choice Scarf might still be able to outpace a no, Anorith is actually really fast, isn't it? It's like, isn't Anorith really fast? I'm pretty sure Anorith is really fast. I'm not. He named it better than Tyke because he was not very fond of Mantyke for his season so far. Not at all. But yeah, so I guess he could fire off another Fire Blast here, see if he outpaces, but it's really unlikely. The Anorith probably knocks out here. Anorith, I think, gets access to Aqua Jet as well. More than likely going to have a Bug type move, a Rock type move, and maybe some sort of coverage. I'm not sure like what Adam's play is here. I'm not sure on their sets. They didn't pass me their sets before the game. Granted, I didn't ask either. Well, I did, but not not right before the battle happened or anything like that. So down goes the Cyndaquil, and Ginger gets an early 6-5 lead on turn 5. So that's pretty neat for him. Adam's on the back foot now, especially with a +2 speed Anorith sitting here on the screen. Pretty scary. What's he gonna go for here? What's that, like, under the Stealth Rocks over here? Is that black line on screen or is that on my phone? I can't tell. Let's see what's going to happen here though. I guess he could go into the muck and hope he lives a hit. Hope it doesn't have earth coverage. He could go into the Morlul, whatever it's called, the little grass type Pokemon he brings. And hope for like Effect Sport to go off, put him to sleep or something, knock him out with your next Pokemon. You could also bring in Dratini and go for the extreme speed. It may knock out from this range, it may not. So he brings in the Shellos here. It'll be interesting to see what Anorith has to hit this thing with. He may have some sort of coverage. He may just go for a bug type move. And he may just go for a rock slide move. Or, excuse me, a rock type move. Not necessarily a rock slide, but what do you guys think? Mop Top, by the way. Goes for the knockoff, and that bounces off, really. But he gets rid of the Eviolite and able to pick up the knockout with the Scald. So not bad, not bad. Threat eliminated. Back to 5-5 immediately after the 5-4 lead came. So one turn later, we're back to even. Square one. This brings in the Bunnery, baby Andy. So let's see what Andy's got here. That's what Ginger has for his Andy here. So he got the Fake Out, that's nice. And what's he gonna go for next? Return. Does return knock out? The Fake Out damage. Maybe without the Eviolite, maybe he can knock him out here with the return or like a Drain Punch maybe. Fake Out stab though, and it didn't do that much. Even with the Eviolite being gone. So I do think Frustration should be able to take him out from here. He switches out here to Shroomy. That's a cool name. And the return does over half, or close to half. The return did close to half. If since he's at 40% now, Stealth Rocks plus the attack did 60%. So I guess it did around half. And the next one should be able to knock him out if he outpaces. But this thing, I don't think this thing would be a set to where it's like really fast or like Choice Scarf or anything like that. It could be, but I don't think so. He's ran it mostly defensive the whole season. Be interesting to see here though, what's going to happen. So Dratini and Abra are looking really, really clean in this match. Once, if he can get rocks up and start putting, some offensive pressure on to the other side of the field. I feel like Ginger's been in control so far with offensive pressure. He was able to get his Stealth Rocks up and take an early 6-5 lead. It's been shipped down to 5-5 now, but nonetheless, I do feel like Ginger is still advantageous right now with Shellos and Shroomy here being below half, basically. And yeah, it's going to be able to pick up the knockout here. No Effect Spore coming into play, and that's something to talk about too. Effect Spore had a 30% chance to, basically like Scald does, to burn, but it has a chance to put you to sleep, paralyze you, or poison you, I believe. So yeah, 2 hits there without being paralyzed. But this, I think, does this thing get limber? Maybe it's got limber and it can't be paralyzed. So within the first 10 turns, we've had a change of leads. It went from tied to a 6-5 lead to Ginger, to a 5-5 tie, back to a 5-4 lead for Ginger. Adam is yet to have the lead in the match. He's yet to apply offensive pressure, and it looks like he's running out of it, to be honest. I think he needs to bring in more than does he have a rocker? His rocker, he don't have a rocker on this squad, it don't look like. Or it doesn't look like it anyway. So yeah, I guess rocks aren't as important. Man, I would have brought rocks versus a team with Volibee and potential Sashmons like Chimchar and Diglett. Yeah, I would have most definitely brought rocks. But the Voltorb looks to be in a nice position if it's got like Hidden Power Ice. He doesn't have a electric resist anymore outside of Dratini, which is bought by the Hidden Power Ice, and it's really, really fast Voltorbis. That'd be interesting to see what kind of set he is. And Volibee too. Volibee would be interesting to see. I think a substitute 3 attacks, or maybe even 2 attacks. No, it has to be 3 attacks. Abra makes a lot of sense in this matchup. I think Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and Substitute would be really nice. Even like a Calm Mind variant. But I prefer Sub so that you can't be revenge killed as easily. He brings in the Grimer here though, versus the Bunnery. And he's going to try to get some chip damage on it, or potentially break a stash or something like that. That's what I assume. And then he's going to try to use like Abra and Dratini to finish this game up. Like this, he's running out of options, to be honest. And a full health Volibee, full health. Well, he's got 3 mons at full HP, but goes hard into the he got critical hit there. Goes for the Ice Punch, gets the poison. So the poison's pretty big. Of course, Muck does have the poison touch ability or whatever. Yeah, so gets rid of his item here as well, which was the Eviolite, which is going to make this stuff do a whole lot more damage here. Goes for the Brave Bird, and it looks like recoil plus the poison damage should take him out here, plus the Ice Punch damage. Yeah, Volibee goes down, and now we're back to 4-4 again. Chimchar easily clicks Fake out here though, and immediately Ginger just keeps up the offensive pressure, brings in the Chimchar here, brings it back down to 4-3, but the Abra finally hits the field, claims a life, and brings the match right back to 3-3. Man, this is a quick, not necessarily like quick paced. Well, I guess it is quick paced. It feels like this battle's going back and forth though, like the advantage keeps going from one to the other. I do believe he does have the fake out on this thing. He revealed that versus the Shellos. I would sack the Shellos here. And then I think I would go, I would sack the Shellos and then try to get up a Dragon Dance with Dratini if that was my set. However, if it's not your set, if you're not a Dragon Dance variant, if you're like a Choice Band variant or just like a 4 attacks variant or maybe even like a more defensive variant, then I can understand that. But I think you either have to go straight back into Abra here and just click Psyshock, or you have to go Dratini and click Dragon Dance. He goes to the Abra. Psyshock doesn't pick out the knockout, and Quick Attack will actually, looks like he gets a low roll, and the Abra survives. The Abra survived. The Abra survived. Oh man, that was nice. Survived the second Quick Attack. That was really, really nice. And now he brings in the Dratini here, and Dratini is what I was saying here. Like, this is his biggest win con. He has to be able to survive a hit here and go for a Dragon Dance to win. And even then, Electrode could be a Scarf. He gets a critical hit! No! Oh man, that's good. That's it though. That's a good game. Unfortunate for the critical hit there. Had Dratini lived and was able to set up a Dragon Dance, could potentially win. But that's going to be it. We've got Ginger moving on, who is a 4th seed. So, yeah, 4th seed, picking up a win against the 5th seed. So if the 3rd seed picks up a win against the 6th seed, then all the top 4 seeds will be in the semifinals, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know what you thought about the battle, the prep and plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.